Now, here we have a figure where this angle is equal to this angle is equal to this angle. So it's a quadrilateral in which the diagonal angles are equal, and we can from that prove that this side is parallel to this side is parallel to this side. So one of the characterizations of what we call a parallelogram is that these angles here are equal in pairs. The altitude of a parallelogram is you choose one of the sides to be the base. Then the altitude is determined from that base. We go at a perpendicular from that base until we get to the opposite side, and that the length of this, or this line segment here, is called an altitude of the parallelogram. Okay? Now, we want to construct a rectangle with the same area as the parallelogram. How do we do that? Well, somebody came up with that pretty quickly. We simply trim, let's say, this triangle here, just cut it along a vertical line here, along an altitude from this vertex on up, and take it over here and paste it on, and we have a rectangle. So here I've indicated this triangle here is cut out and moved over here, pasted together, and now we have a rectangle. And the rectangle has what dimensions? Well, this side is what we call the base up here, and from here to here is an altitude because, of course, we make this cut at a perpendicular. I was going to draw the perpendicular, but I see that I've drawn it up here. Okay, so there's an altitude. So that the area of this parallelogram is equal to the area of this rectangle, since we've just taken part of the area and pasted it in a different location. We have the same areas, so that the area of the rectangle, well, the rectangle has a length equal to the base of the parallelogram and an altitude, a width, equal to the altitude of the parallelogram. So the area of this rectangle is the base multiplied by the altitude. Okay? Because, of course, the area of the rectangle is equal to its base times its altitude times its width, and base is the base of the parallelogram. The altitude is the width is the altitude of the parallelogram. Okay, so same area as a parallelogram. Area of a parallelogram is therefore base times altitude. Now what we've done here is just kind of a little survey of the language and some of the notation of geometry and a couple of the main ideas. I expect you to work through the corresponding sections of the text, with which I don't think you're going to have much trouble. And if you do run into trouble on something, be sure to let me know.